I've come on today, I am making key lime cheesecake, so come with me while I make this. So you'll need 350 grams of digestive biscuits. You can blitz them up in a food processor, or you can put them in a food bag, and we can use a rolling pin and give them a good bashing until they come in, until you get loads of little fine breadcrumbs. So let's give this a good bashing. Just keep bashing your digestive biscuits until they all break up into little breadcrumb-like consistency. It does make some racket though, baby, but it's quite noisy. It is faster than the food processor, but I've got it stacked away under the stairs, so I couldn't be bothered pulling everything out to get it out from under the stairs. So this is very easy to make, so a complete novice can make this. So it doesn't matter what kind of ability you've got cooking wise or baking wise, anyone can do this. Hi David, hi Bamba. Hope you have all had a good new year. Not too many hangovers and what have you. Hi Christina. So for those of you that's just joined me, I am making key lime cheesecake. I'm just bashing up my digestives. I've got 350 grams of digestive biscuits in this food bag here, and I'm just giving them a good bashing just to break them all up. So, okay, that should do us. They don't have to be 100% like perfect, as long as they're broken up enough. So I'm going to pop them in this wee bowl just now. Right, so next we are going to use half a cup of melted butter. So I have my little measuring cups here, so that's half a cup there I'm going to use. Just get myself a knife. That works out roughly about half a block of butter, roughly. So I've just put that in there, and I'm going to pop this in the microwave just to give it a wee blast and a wee melt. Hi Sab Trade, hi Star, hi Mr. Mashif, hi everyone. Hope you've had a lovely new year so far. I'm just popping this in the microwave just now, just to melt it. So just bear with me a wee second, and I shall be with you in a wee minute. Just got to move a couple of things out of the way first. I shall be back with you in a wee second. I'm just cleaning a bit of space here. Got a very small and compact kitchen, so I've just got to move things out the way of the microwave. Okay. Just give that a few seconds and see what it's like. Feel free to join in and leave me wee comments and what have you in the comment section. Hi Nino, hi Ahid, Mama. Hi Lisa. Just check this butter. Right, it's taking a bit longer, it's not quite ready yet. Right, so next we are needing a cup and a half of icing sugar. I've got some here in a second. Let's get a wee bowl for that. And that's my butter melted. So it should look something like that once it's melted. Okay. One and a half cups of icing sugar. Okay, that's that measured. I've just wrote this down on a piece of paper so it's easier. It saves my work stuff is getting used up by a big chunky book. Right, so I'm going to need 2 limes as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grate the zest off the limes. So I'm just using one of these little graters. You can use these little graters for almost anything. You can use them for grating chocolate and almost anything at all, like vegetable zest and fruit zest and what have you. Hi Charlotte, hi Pat. So this will just take a wee minute or so. Just grate all the zest off this, or the majority of the zest. So for those of you that don't already know me, my name is Vicky. I'm a newly qualified chef, newly qualified baker as well. I went back to college to finish off my final year of bakery. I've got about 6 months left, roughly 5-6 months left, so should be finished my final bakery course in around at the end of May, beginning of June. I've always had a passion for cooking and baking. It was my mammy and my granny that got me into like cooking and baking. My granny was a really good cook and a good baker. She always kind of made the effort to like make birthday cakes and that for all the grandma's. And if she knew that you were going to visit, she'd always have like cakes and biscuits and stuff like that made, and she'd make you a dinner and that for coming. So hi everyone, hi. So that's a little backstory about me. Newly qualified chef, newly qualified baker. I'm making this cheesecake for just myself and family and that. I do a lot of baking and cooking and that at home. Does anyone else like do any baking or what have you? Leave us a wee comment. So who's noticed the difference with the late nights and that? Like, I know it's kind of still premature and that, but I've noticed a slight difference by about 5 or 10 minutes. It's starting to get slightly lighter since a wee last week. If I go quiet, I'm concentrating on what I'm doing here. But feel free to leave me comments and that. Chat away in the comment section. I will try and get back to you. See hello and what have you. Right, so we're going to need one of these big boys. It's a juicer. You can use it for like any kind of fruit and that. So I'm just going to get the juice out these 2 limes. Right, they're quite hard these as well. Sometimes you get them in they're not quite as hard as this, but these ones are quite kind of... There we go, that's that done. Hi Rebecca. Hi Georgina. For you guys who's just joining, I am making key lime cheesecake. Feel free to comment away in the section. I will try and respond and answer back to any comments. Any questions, just fire away. This is an easy cheesecake to make, so anybody can make this, even if you're a complete novice, right the way through to the more experienced baker or cook. Anyone can make it. Even your 4-year-old child could bake this. Sorry, my big elbow's getting in the way here. Just trying to juice these limes here, but they're a little bit on the kind of half side. Right, that's that bit done. Right, Excuse me. Right, next of all, I am using some vanilla bean paste. Just need a small amount. About that amount is fine for you. And you're needing 3/4 of a cup of full fat. So that's about 3/4 of a cup, roughly. Just get the eggs out of this tub here. Oops, I've just spilled some. Never mind. Okay. So for those of you that just joined, I'm making key lime cheesecake. This is a no-bake cheesecake. It's so simple, so easy to make. Your 4-year-old child could make it. I'm just measuring out all my ingredients that I need at the moment. What else do we need? Full fat cream. Okay, so we need roughly about 750 grams of your soft cheese. This is the full fat stuff. I'll get another wee bowl for that and I'll measure that out. Sorry, I don't have any better bowls for like putting my stuff in, so you're just going to have to put up with what I've got there at the moment. Right, where's my scales? Okay, 750 grams. It should be roughly about 3 packs of this. I'll just weigh it out, just... Right. So, yes, I'm not a complete professional, like, if you know what I mean. I'm still learning as I go along. For those of you that's just joined, I am a newly qualified chef, newly qualified baker. I really don't believe that you're done by learning anything, because you're always learning something new every day. That's £5.78. I think I'm going to have to need another wee pack of this. So you're never done learning. Every day's a learning day, in my opinion. Even if from somebody you don't actually know, you always learn something new from other people. So So this other pack will take it up to the 750. So I'll just leave that as sitting there just now, and we'll get that in a minute. So I need a bit of space here. We're going to add breadcrumbs into this bowl. Now this is your base, your biscuit base that we are making now. So we've got the biscuits there. And I shall get my spoon or spatula. Let's have a look. There we go, found it. Right, so into that bowl of broken up digestive biscuits, we are going to place the melted butter in there. And then we're just going to mix it, like give it a big stir, mix it all up until the biscuits absorb the butter. You can use your hands if you want, or you can use a spatula or a spoon for this section. It's entirely up to you how you go about doing it. And as I said, I put the biscuits in a sandwich bag, and then I tied it up, and then I started bashing the biscuits with a rolling pin just to break them up. They don't have to be 100% perfect like breadcrumbs, because you'll never get them into fine breadcrumbs, if you know what I mean, unless you're using a food processor. Let's have a look. That's fine. So we're going to put this into the cake tin in a second. Get a spoon because we need to press this down into the cake tin. Now I'm using an 8-inch spring form pin. So this bit here, for those that don't actually know, you release this here, and the bottom, you can release the bottom just like that. Right, so I'll put this back in here. Let's see if we can get it back on. I shouldn't have actually opened it just now. So. There we go. Right, now we're going to add the biscuits into this tin here. So just add them all into the bottom of your tin. That's that one. And using the back of your tablespoon, we're going to press all of that down so that it is completely, not solid, but it's pressed down, pressed into the tin. You don't want it to be like loose and what have you, because if it is, then it will not set properly. When you go to take the base of this tin away, the biscuits will just crumble everywhere. So that's why you've got to press it all down. So just using the back of your spoon just to press down the biscuit mix. The butter helps to like the moisture from the butter helps the actual biscuits like mould into place as well. And eventually, once you put this in the fridge, later on, once it goes to set, and this will harden up underneath like your key lime filling that goes on top. So just give that an extra wee press down just to make sure the edges are all completely firm. Don't be afraid to like press completely down on this, because if you're too light on it, this will not compact properly. It'll be too loose. So put a wee bit of weight into it when you're pressing down on it, and that will help the biscuits stay in place. But trying to get it as level as possible as well. I know it's kind of hard, especially when you've got a round tin. Right, there we go. Right, I'm going to set that there at the moment to the side. Right, so what we're going to do next is we are going to see where we are here. We're quite far down. We're going to whisk the cream cheese into the mixer here and just mix it until it's nice and smooth and there's no lumps in it. So I have that ready right here. So I'm just using my electric whisk for quickness. You can do it by hand if you want. You can use a whisk, handheld whisk, or you can take this bit off. I just use this bit, or just use a manual whisk. Or if you use this wooden spoon or something, it's up to you, entirely up to you how you go about doing it. So this is our cream cheese here. We're going to pop that in here. Right, I'll get my other tub of cream cheese and I will pop that in there as well, because this will bring it up to 750 grams. There we have it. Right. Right, I'm just going to take this bowl off here just now and I'm going to just do it by hand. So, set that over there. There. Help if I switch it into the wall. There we go. So start off gentle and then a nice slow speed. And then you can increase the speed. If you do quite too fast, the cream cheese is just going to splatter everywhere. Hi Chuck, hi Oliver, hi everyone. Hope the music is so bad. Sorry, it's quite noisy in here now. So for those of you who just joined me, I'm making Lime CheeseCake. I'm just mixing the soft cheese, the full fat soft cheese at the moment, just to get all the lumps out so it feels all smooth. So let's have a look and see what we're like. Yep, that's nice and smooth. So, just give my hands a wee wipe. So we're going to add icing sugar. This is, let me see how much icing sugar I have used in this. It is 1.5 cups of icing sugar I've used. That's roughly about 200 grams of icing sugar, and that's going to go straight into your mixed full fat soft cheese. So just pop that in there. Sorry guys, I don't actually have a little thing to go around my, a little guard thing to go around about my mixer. I'm going to have to invest in a kind of more decent mixer. It's got one of those little guards to stop the powder going everywhere, like see when it goes that young powder away. Same with the flour on that as well. So there I'm dropping stuff now. Right, that can go in the sink. Soaking the spoon. Okay, so start off nice and slow because this is going to be the butter. Show you a little trick that I have learned over the years. Get a dish towel and partially cover the bowl with a dish towel. Right, so just be careful that this doesn't soak up the dish towel. Right, and this will absorb some of the flour and stop it from going everywhere. Nice and sugar is okay. is the vanilla paste that's getting mixed. So you've got your wee bit of vanilla paste. Got your vanilla, your lime juice from your 2 limes in there. And we are going to put, I'm going to save a wee bit of this for the end because I'm going to sprinkle a wee bit of the lime zest on top of the cheesecake at the very end, just for a bit of decoration. But I'm going to put most of that in and just keep maybe about a quarter of it for decoration for later. Just mix that all up. Somewhere on your screen, but if you have a look on the showcase, there's some items in there that you can buy if you want, just tell up to you whether you buy them or not. If you have a nosy through the showcase, there's a lot of baking items and equipment and utensils and stuff in there. Quite an old machine. I've had this food mixer for about 12 years or so and it's still going strong. I will be, at some point in the future, I will be upgrading it to like a slightly bigger food mixer because depending on how much you're making that, you can only do small batches in this. Okay. So once you're done mixing that soft cheese with your lemon zest, lemon juice and your icing sugar, it should look something like that. It should be quite thick. Okay, so I'm going to wash this because next I'm going to have to mix up my double cream. So that needs to get whisked up next. So if you give a few of these seconds while I give my mixture of everything and mix my bowl up. Okay, wash my bowl up, I should say. Right, so if you can bear with me, it's just the first time I've gone live, so I'm completely new to going live. As you can probably tell, I'm a complete novice at it, so I'm still learning as I go along. Just give a swirl of whipping. Okay. So just set this bowl to the back for a minute. We can go back to that in a few minutes. Let's give this a wee dry. Okay, tidy this space up a little bit and then we can get that mixed up. Give this a wee quick clean. Hi everyone, Happy New Year everyone, hope you are having a good start to the new year. Right, so in this big bowl here I'm going to add double cream. I have got let me see. I've got 3/4 of a cup of double cream. That's full fat double cream. You need the full fat double cream for cheesecakes, because if you use the stuff that's no full fat, then it's not going to set properly. You're not going to get like it'll no set into like soft peaks when you go to whisk it. You need to get soft peaks forming once you go to whisk it. So right, so for the double cream, we're just going to whisk this up until it forms soft peaks, and then that's going to get added in with your cream cheese filling with the lime juice and zest and that in it. Hi Jocelyn, hi Rita, hi Rose. I'm making key-lime cheesecake. It's a no-bake cheesecake. So once you've got your filling and your base, and put that into your paste, your spring-on paste and over your base, it goes in the fridge and it's set for 4 to 5 hours or 6 hours, however long you want to leave it. The longer you leave it, the firmer it becomes, the more it sets. Please stay with me because this is the first time I've gone live in this, so I'm completely new to the whole TikTok videos and lives and what have you, so please take time with me because I'm completely new to it, so I just thought I would put pop on and just share some of my recipes and what have you with you. Let's have a wee look. That looks like it's ready or almost there. Let's have a wee look. Yep, that's ready. Okay. Get all that double cream into that bowl there. That can go in the sink for a wash. Right, and then we're just going to fold this in. We're going to fold this double cream into your cream cheese. So just add it a bit at a time, and you just want to gently fold it in, because see if you mix it, it's going to like burst all the air out of your cream cheese, your double cream, because we've whisked it into like peaks and that, so that it's got loads of air in it, and that helps to like make the actual filling for the cheesecake nice and stiff. If you mix it up too much, then you're going to knock all that air out. Right, just add the rest of it. So just be nice and gentle at this stage when you're mixing the double cream in, because if you're too rough on it, or you over mix it or over whisk it, you are going to knock all the air out of it. So at this stage we're just gently folding through the cream cheese and the double cheese together, just to try and keep all that air in there. If you mix it too much, you're going to knock all the air out of it. So right, that's us. I Okay, so now I'm going to add the lime key filling into my base. Breaking the place, I'm breaking the place. Okay. So I'm just using my spatula to get this into the spring foil tin, and I'm just going to smooth that out in a wee minute or two. I'll maybe just get my spatula. I'll just use my spatula for that. Right, my spatula there, we'll use that in a second. Right, let's have a go. I'm going to need some warm water as well. Right guys, I've got some warm water in this plastic jug here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that to dip my spatula in. This will keep the spatula nice and warm, so when you go to smooth the filling out, it's going to smooth out better. It's not going to stick to the spatula quite as much, and you'll get a smoother finish as well. So just gently smooth that all out. Just smooth it out as much as you can. And then at the very end we're going to smooth it out. I'll try and get it as smooth as possible. Just take that in there just now, pop that in there. So try and get this as to the top as much as you can, or to the very top if you can. Right. Hi everyone, hi. Pop on and say hello if you want. I don't bite, I promise. I will try and answer your questions or comments and that as much as I can in between doing this. Obviously I can't have my eyes on the screen all the time when I'm doing this. Okay. Just smoothing around the edges here with a cloth. This cheesecake just for us guys, this is no, I'm not selling to the public or anything at the minute. So at the minute I'm just cooking for friends and family. So this cheesecake is for us guys here, my little family. So I have some cream cheese filling left over. I'm going to pop that into a piping bag and I'm going to do some little rosettes round about, and then I'm going to slice another lime into little slices and just use that for some decoration round about the cheesecake. So be with me a wee second while I get this all together. You can mix up like you can mix up like double cream and just add like maybe 50 grams of icing sugar to double cream, and just pipe that on as little rosettes round about the cheesecake if you want. I'm just getting one of these little bad boys here, piping bag. Right, what are we going to use today? Which piping nozzle are we going to use? Let's have a look. I think I shall use this one today. Okay, so today I'm going to use piping nozzle. Let's have a look and see if I can see what the number is called. 2D piping nozzle, that is one of those ones there. I'm just going to do some little rosette type things round about the edges here. So bear with me a wee second while I get that all organised and set up. Take a minute or so. Hi Emma. Hi Poppy B. Ricardo. Ellie. Hello. Hi. Happy New Year everyone. Right. That's fine, that's that one. Pardon me. So at this stage you don't have to get it perfectly straight and level. Like you can eat it that way, or you can use like your piping nozzle and just pipe on some little rosettes and stuff. Or you can add little pieces of lemon or lime in that to it as well. So I'm going to add some slices of lime and some little lime zests to this in a wee minute or two. I'm just, I've got my piping bag inside this plastic container here, this cup, and I'm just putting the leftover cheesecake mix. I'm going to put that into my bag here, and I'm going to use that to decorate round about the cheesecake. So bear with me a wee second. Right, just use up what's left here. I say this is just for us, like it's nothing fancy, it's just for like us, for later on to have a wee cup of tea or something. So it's for nobody special, it's just for us. To say I do a lot of cooking and stuff like that, and a lot of baking for us lot here. Okay. Right. So this is how I pipe. That, everybody else will have their own way of doing this, but this is how I do it. So in 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Right, and then just going in 11 o'clock. So just like the kind of times of o'clock, that's what I'm doing here. And just fill in the wee gaps. It doesn't matter what way you do it, you can do it whichever way you want. So this is just the leftover cream cheese that I've got left from the filling for the cheesecake, and I'm just going round and just doing some little rosettes. It doesn't have to be perfect or fancy. Sorry if some of you are kind of finding it hard to understand my Scottish accent, and I apologise. I do apologise for my accent. Some people find it hard to understand the strong accent, and other people say it's not quite so strong, so let's place one here. There we go. Right, so I've got a little bit of cream cheese left over, so that'll probably do like a little cheesecake or a little miniature cheesecake as well. I'm going to slice up a lime, so I'm going to have to get my green chopping board out now, so I'll just set that there just now. Set that there. Right, just give this a wee clean down first. Get this chopping board out the side. Such a compact kitchen, it's so small, unbelievable. I would love to have a huge big kitchen, but hey ho, start with what I've got here. A huge big kitchen I would love, but maybe one day I'll win the lottery and I'll buy myself a big house. Okay. So I'm just cutting up some slices of lime at the moment. Try and cut them as thin as you can. You can even like half them as well. Because I think I'm just going to half these slices. I'm actually needing to sharpen this knife up. It's a wee bit blunt, but never mind. Standing here sweating, it's warm in here today. I think it's just an age thing with me though. Okay. So let's half these. Okay, so what I'm doing is, I'll bring this over because you can't see from over there. Right, so I've sliced the limes and I've halved them. And what I'm going to do is, in between the little rosettes, I'm going to just place a half slice of lime in between each one. You can decorate them however you like. It doesn't have to be like this at all. You can space them out better than that as well if you wanted, if you don't have as many limes as this. But you can actually spread them out a wee bit better than that as well. I had another line there, let's have a look and see if I can find it. There it is. Okay. Right, and I've got a little leftover zest here, so I've left that over, so I'm just going to sprinkle that on. That is just like a bit of a dressing to go over the top of it. This will help to give it a wee bit extra zesty, limey flavour as well, so. There we go. Right, so that's us. So we have made lime key cheesecake. This is going to go in the fridge and for about 4 or 5 hours, or between 4 and 6 hours, and that will help it to set solid. So when you're making this, just place it in the fridge for between 4 and 6 hours. And then it'll be set enough to like start cutting it up. You should get roughly about 12 slices out of this, roughly. So that's what it looks like right there. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure. Till next time, I'll love yous and leave yous. Bye. Need to try and switch this off now. Right, there we go.